Hey everybody, it's Dan from the Outdoor Trade Show Network. It's Sunday night. It's time for We Care You Matter. I'm here with my friend Adam Cwiklinski. I finally getting your last name. Getting better at it. Now, I want to tell everybody this about Adam. Week after week I do this, and Adam always watches, and you always make comments, and it's like, Adam, you don't know how much I appreciate you in the fact that you watch and you're interested in what we're doing here. And then you always call me and you say, Dan, what about this guy? And I think I thought I knew everybody. And you tell me about these manufacturers and these bait builders that I never heard of, didn't know about. And it's like, holy crap, there's so many people out there. There's so much out there that I thought I knew and don't know that you are always telling me about. So tonight, we're going to talk about unique custom builders. These guys make some of the best looking stuff and tweaked, and it's so unique in how they go about doing it, what they do, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight because they're all friends of yours. You know these guys, and we're going to show some stuff, and we're going to have a little bit of fun here. So Adam, introduce yourself and let's start talking about a few things.
Well, I'm just here to open the tackle box up, Dan, and just get the name out about some of these custom builders. I mean, a lot of people are flying under the radar with all the big box companies and everything, but there's a lot of great small companies that are making quality baits, and they catch fish. I can attest for that firsthand. I've been using them for a while now.
Yeah, and you always call and you always, Dan, what about this guy or that guy?
I got to try to talk to this guy.
And
how about that guy?
You tell me about these months. I mean, you catch a lot of fish. You're a pretty good stick.
I did pretty well last year.
You did pretty well last year. And, you know, in talking, I always enjoy when we talk because I hear about big fish. I hear about big fish, and I hear about lures, really nice custom lures the guys are making, or they're tweaking them for what you're looking for.
Correct. Yes.
You know, which is great. That's what these small guys are about. You can call them up and say, hey, you know, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, and they'll take care of you.
Here's the color I want, here's the size blade I want, or, you know, do you think you could possibly work something out for me here? Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
And they're going to respond to that to any customer. That's the thing.
Yeah. So who are we starting with? Because you got a lot of goodies here.
I got some good stuff over here.
And you showed me a lot of stuff that you're like, oh, I don't want to show that. Oh, I don't want to show that. Oh, I don't want to show. So there's a lot of stuff in that tackle box that you don't want to show.
We don't need to share everything right off the bat.
There's a lot of stuff you don't want to show.
Yeah.
So what are you going to start with?
How about some Get the Net?
Get the Net. So we got Get the Net. And that is a gentleman. Tell us who. Well, let's do this. We'll go to this one here. Okay.
Nice marabou stuff.
So we got that. What else do we have there?
One there too.
Let's show that. Ooh. Oh, baby. That is some nice stuff. What else do we got?
This one's a little beat up for some reason.
Yeah, because you caught a lot of fish on that. Let me.
This stuff is made by Noah Binsfield.
So let's go back here. Let's go back there. What's the gentleman's name?
Noah Binsfield out of Minnesota. And Noah's been quietly catching giants for a long time on baits that he's making himself. And when Noah's at the shows, he has an array of different baits, sizes. As far as blades go, you can see that with the Colorados here, single 9 Indianas, and also Colorados here. But Noah can make anything too. And Noah uses what works up by him, and that's the stuff that he makes himself. He's learned this over the years. I mean, the guy's one of the best sticks around that I've seen.
Now this is a little bit smaller. Most of these guys that they're spinner. I'm going to go back to this camera here, but we're going to show this here, and let's get that off of there so people can appreciate this. But so there we go with that. And now this is smaller. You know, most of most of them are longer. They're bigger. You know, and this is a little bit smaller, double bladed. Nice with the nice clevis on it. This is well built. Look, well built.
And Noah uses a special grade of shrink wrap on there too that he didn't tell me exactly where he got it from, but
yeah, a lot of these guys don't. You can't get a lot of that. They won't share a lot of that. And you said that you had a fish follow, probably the biggest head you ever saw in a muskie.
It almost frightened me a little bit.
Wow, I like this one. This is sweet. Now,
that one's caught a few smallies too.
If you were to talk to Noah and you had some colors that you were looking for, I take it he'd take care of you.
Noah's always open to ideas.
He is.
Like I said, he's a down-to-earth guy, man. He's just a fun guy to talk to at the shows as well. And he runs a great guide service. He really, really does. And he's catching giants. If you go to his page and take a look at it, he is catching monsters.
Where's he at in Minnesota? What area?
Northeast corner. I haven't been up there to fish with him yet, but I plan on getting up there this year because I know of a couple other people I want to fish with in Minnesota.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I mean, I'd really
so
like
he's
to
in
get
the
up
northeast corner up there. Yeah,
He does a lot of river fishing, too, in skinny water.
Yeah. This is nice. Nice. I like it's really nice. Okay, so what are we going to next?
We can go
Mr.
to
Adam.
Muskie's Anonymous.
Muskie's, so Muskie's Anonymous is who?
That is Mike Schumacher out of southeastern Wisconsin.
I got a bone to pick with Mike. So let's talk about that first.
I can't
I've been wanting to
kidnap him
get
and bring
Mike.
him here.
I've been trying to get Mike on here, and Mike, what he doesn't want to. He doesn't. He's afraid. He
might be camera
doesn't
shy,
want
you
to be
never
in
know.
front of the camera.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesse Qualley said, "Don't let me hold the bait; they won't catch fish again." Thank you, Jesse. Words of encouragement. That's nice. Yeah, then what are friends for?
Absolutely.
You know? Well, show what Mike's got here. Let's
This
show
is
that
kind of one of Mike's very stripped down bucktails that he makes. If you go to his Facebook page at Muskie's Anonymous Custom Lures, you're going to see some stuff that will absolutely blow your mind. Dan and I were just talking about that before we went on the air. I mean, I don't know how Mike comes up with some of the patterns he does. Because this is a basic one. This is the kind of stuff I like. I know it's going to catch fish, but some of the stuff he does is absolutely amazing.
In the last week or two, what I've noticed that Mike has been doing is, you said he's got an eBay store.
Yes.
And so just the other night, he had 6 baits that he had made. And he put them up for auction on eBay. It was an eBay auction. They were beautiful. I mean, they were really nice. And you said they were gone fast.
Yeah.
These baits disappeared real quick.
It's just quality made stuff. And Mike's another guy you can talk to. I mean, I talked to Mike the one day. I said, hey, this is kind of what I'm looking for. This is what I would consider spring bait for myself.
Okay.
I mean, the skirt's not all that large on it. It's got the single blade on it, but that's
the other one you were talking about. I wanted to get to with the bucktail was in springtime, a little bit smaller.
I like a little bit.
That's what I wanted to get to. I was stuttering a little bit there with the with the bucktails, but a little bit smaller.
Correct.
And that's what they're going to be looking for in the spring.
I mean, even if you get a cold front in the middle of summertime, it's a good idea to downsize. If they're following up on the big baits, you might want to throw something a little smaller at them at that point.
Okay. But yeah, that stuff that Mike was making.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It truly is insane. But definitely check out Muskie's Anonymous, guys. I mean, he's one of the small town guys around here in southeastern Wisconsin, too, and he's just making great stuff that catches fish.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, call him up. Yeah. Tell him what you're looking for.
Send him a message. Say, hey, what can you do, Mike?
Yeah. And he'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
Like all these guys will. Who are we going to next? What do we got next?
Skunk Creek Lures.
Skunk Creek Lures. I've seen some of their stuff. It's like, oh boy, let's do this here. Let's show that.
Good old Ryan over at Skunk Creek Lures, making this topwater walk the dog style bait that Dave Olson
go back to that
of southeastern Wisconsin pegged a double nickel early on in the year, a couple years back on one of these bad boys, and the amount of water that this bait moves is insane. And I know Ryan's working on something, maybe a smaller size bait.
Okay.
That's right around an 8-inch bait, I'd say. He might be working on something for springtime and pike, if you will, too. Even some of the smallies you get in northern Wisconsin are going to be big and coming after this, too.
Here's another one. These guys that make this style and type of bait, there's so much goes into the weight being just right. Correct. Because with the movement, the buoyancy, the
hours upon hours
to make sure that this is exactly dialed in right, the way that they want these lures. It's amazing, and then to watch them work.
Right. And some of the paint jobs that they're doing too. If you go to Skunk Creek Lures on Facebook, another thing we were talking about earlier, Dan, is Ryan's got some crazy paint jobs coming out, guys. I mean, just some crazy stuff. I was able to meet with him and a couple of our other friends a couple Mondays ago, and he let me in on a kind of what's going on. So, I mean, look for Skunk Creek Lures later this year. He might be coming out with something. So,
you said he's doing something really different in his paint. What would you call it? Paint style, paint
it's like a
coordination
paint job almost.
Okay.
It almost looks. I don't
Because
know.
you were
how
like,
he's
how
doing
does he
it.
do this?
I don't know how he does it, and he wouldn't tell me either. So
No, these guys.
I don't blame
gonna,
the guy.
If they are going to tell you, they're going to lie to you.
Yeah.
So why even ask?
Yeah.
You know, why
not?
even ask?
No, don't
So,
even bother with that.
What else are we going? Who else are we going to go to here?
We're gonna go.
What do we got next? You got a whole bunch of
I
goodies
know.
here.
We're gonna go. To,
Oh, let's save him for last.
You wanna save
let's
him for
Greg
last?
for last? Because we got a lot we can talk about with Greg.
right. Yeah. TR Custom Lures.
Oh, there we go. That's another gentleman. Let's do this.
Sure.
I'm going to take this off of here, and we're going to go to that.
Roll
so
it
they
over there.
appreciate what it.
That would be their globe style bait, if I can figure this out. But
We'll figure
TR
this
Custom
out.
Lures is a family-owned company out of Amherst, Wisconsin, and they are just so cool. I mean, I met Tim probably 3-4 years ago at the Wausau show, and you can tune the blades on this to spit the water however you want. Reel it slow, reel it fast, whatever. Then you got a flap and tap like this that, you know, Tim was nice enough to, I called him, I said, I want black and white and use your imagination. And that's what he came up with. And that's actually labeled on the bottom called the Little Stinker.
What I'm going to do this here is one thing I've noticed when I this is really light.
Yeah, but it flies off the reel.
Yeah.
It flies, man.
See, I've looked at a lot of these, and you kind of look at the back is how this goes. Now, one thing that I have been told by people that throw these, I have never thrown this style or this type of a lure, is that when fish hit these, it's full commitment.
You
it's
might as well
full.
throw a quarter stick of dynamite in the water.
They hit, you know, if we go back with that right there, and let's go back up to here and there, is that when fish hit these, I've been told, you know, there's a few of these on the market that it's full commit.
Yeah.
It's
not like a little slurp or something.
No,
coming
it
behind
is. It's we're committed here.
Yeah.
We're, you know, it's game on. So, and I take it a lot of different colors.
Yeah, it's another company. They also make a creeper style bait. I mean, call them up.
Call
That's
them.
all you got to do.
Get a hold of him. And you said he's in the middle part of the state.
Right.
But with shipping today,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yep, doesn't
Who
really
cares?
matter.
You know, get a hold of them. Okay.
Yeah, creeper style baits. I mean,
Creeper
the globe style baits. And you talked about early springtime fishing. Tim will make bucktails too, but this is something he makes with his daughter.
Here's another one. Let's do
mean,
this here.
it's almost
Let's
like a little
take
bit
this
of a-
off, and let's do that.
It's almost like a little bit of a Rizzo whiz. And these are dynamite.
Let me
In the
show that
springtime.
again, because you wouldn't think that right there. Let's do this. That right there would do that, but you know because you catch fish, and it looks like this has caught a few fish.
It might have caught a few.
Yeah, it looks like it's caught more than a few fish.
That one's beat up more than this one, because I mean, why would I change the lure if I'm catching them on that one?
But here's another one. For me personally, I've never saw a bucktail that looked like this.
Yep.
Never have.
And Tony Rizzo he pretty much made a living doing that, you know. Rest in peace, Tony.
Yeah. And that's TR.
Correct. TR Custom Lures.
Yeah. And that's
they'll make custom bucktails. I mean, I've seen Tim post stuff like that already too on the Facebook page, and some of the paint jobs they have. They had a bullfrog that they brought to the Wausau show, I believe. Oh yeah.
wow.
Check out TR Customs. And the thing about these baits too is they're affordably priced for the amount of quality that goes into them. You're not going to pay an arm and a leg for this stuff, and it's quality made musky fishing lures there.
Yeah. And like I said, with this here, this is so much lighter.
Right.
That's what I said earlier. I was like, wow, this is a really
There's a couple
light.
different sizes of those too.
I
That's
take
the
it
thing.
this is.
That just sits flat in the water as it goes, and this little blade back here taps on that old shell. So you get a little clicking sound the whole time.
It does.
Yep. So it's moving around in the water, kind of spinning, and it also ticks on the shell. It's a real subtle topwater lure, and it's
Oh, yeah,
great.
look at
early
that. It's a
season
barrel
for sure.
swivel.
Correct. Yeah.
Ah, nice.
That's good
It's
stuff,
even
man.
here. I want to do this. Let's do this. That is a barrel swivel. Look at that. That's back there. And it takes nothing to make
No.
this.
You can reel that as slow as you want to, and it's still going to create a
Nice.
wake and make some noise all at the same time.
Nice. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So what else we got? Now we're gonna get to.
Gonna get to this fish catching machine from last year.
So, let's do this. We're going to get to set these over here. Let's talk about a mutual friend of ours. Okay.
Good old TikTok, as we like to call
Which
him.
is Mr. Greg Nimmer.
If you've heard this sound at one of the shows, you've been within 15 feet of Greg Nimmer.
Yes. And in your just guesstimate, and I don't think we can honestly. How many fish has that sound caught?
I don't know. I think Greg's been doing this since
20-some years, 25 years or better, I think.
probably 25 years or so.
Yeah, he's been doing this
since 92.
We've known him a long time.
94.
And here,
That's
you
all
do
it
the
takes.
clack again.
That's all it takes, man.
Yeah.
I watch Greg do this a lot at the shows.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
He's got that down. And if you go to Nimmer Swimmer Muskie Lures, he takes a hatchet. He makes these.
Yeah.
He takes a block of wood, and every lure.
That hatchet is about that
That
big,
big.
too. He has
And-
it at the shows if you want to see it.
Yes, and he makes his cut.
That's the knife he
Well-
uses for every lure that he makes too.
Yes.
Whether it's the Wally Pog, the Fast Track, he has a faster version of this because this is a slow it down kind of lure. The First Responder that he's been pumping lately. The Crank and Jerk, which I got to talk to Greg about and see if I can get my hands on.
That's
one of
the
those
new
this year.
one?
That's the new one. You can use as a dive and rise or a straight crankbait.
Mr. Nimmer, you need to get me that video we talked about a week or two ago. You're going to send me a video because I want to do one of my little trending news deals, my little trending news broadcast here with his new lure.
Right.
That I guarantee you it's been fished a lot. Greg tested it a lot. He's had probably 5, 6, 7 years of working on that before he ever really came.
Right.
Because I knowing Greg, a lot of patience and a lot of time went into making this.
He's a bit of a perfectionist.
He is a very much so
Which
a
is-
bit of a perfectionist.
There's nothing wrong with that at all when you're making lures.
No.
I mean, you want to put the best product out there possible.
But if you want, and he's a friend, he's a really good friend of
He's
both of ours.
Just an awesome
He's
dude,
everybody's.
man. Yeah.
That's what you get. And here, let's do this. We'll go to this camera here. And oops, I almost got. And that's what it does. Let me do this. Oh, me and hooks don't get along.
Yeah, those are a little
But here's
sharp,
another
though.
one. You got the little blade in the back. Okay. And that's the Wally Pog.
Just a little tick, a little extra tick sometimes too. Well, Greg, I'd seen a few versions of this where Greg had screws in there too that were clacking.
Oh, no kidding.
Some of the older ones do.
They did not.
Try to get your hands on those.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Guys that got those?
They're not giving them up.
No.
And I know one guy that does.
They're
And
putting them up on a mantelpiece.
Yeah.
But he's a dear friend of ours.
It's just a
He's the
super
best
guy.
guy in the world.
Yep.
And I think both of us want to do whatever we can to help him.
Yeah, Greg's.
I mean, whatever we can do to help Greg, we're there. But we wanted to save the best or not the best, because these guys are all good.
Yeah, it's all good
Every
stuff.
one of these guys, they're all good.
If you get any of these lures from these people, like I said, it's quality stuff, and if you fish it, you're going to catch fish on it.
Right. And the other
And
one
you can't be scared of trying something new. That's
you and
the
I
biggest
talked
thing.
about is we don't want to label up musky lure.
Right. There's plenty of
Because-
people catching bass on those too. Plus, there's different sizes that Greg makes. That's his favorite size one. He'll make a smaller one than that too.
Well, okay, and here's another one that I learned. And I guess I didn't understand. This is that a lot of your bass guys down south buy these bigger northern musky lures that we make up here
they
for
do.
bass fishing down south. And that was something that I just
7 to
Kinda.
10 bucket mouse are
Yeah.
slurping those up big
Yep.
time down there.
Yep. So and my thing is I enjoy catching northern pike. I enjoy northerns.
Nothing wrong
Nothing
with that.
wrong with that. So I just don't want to call them musky. That's why you and I were talking. I don't want to label it just musky lures. I mean, this here.
You're gonna catch what wants to eat on that. That's
Yes.
all. That's all you're gonna
Yes,
do.
yes, you are. What else have we got? You got a lot of people that you do.
There's
You got a lot of goodies. There's a lot of goodies in that box back there. A lot of stuff you didn't want to share. You were like, I don't want to do this.
This is one I can
I
share.
don't want to do that.
This one got pretty beat up last year too.
Okay.
This is from a Slither Muskie Tackle.
Oh, he's out of Tomahawk too. Let's
Yep.
do this here. Let's go back to this
It's
camera.
Jeff and Tina made
Yeah.
those, a husband and wife combo, and you can see it's just another great lure made by a small manufacturer.
Yep. But this is nice.
Yeah, They're not going to sell something that doesn't catch fish.
Very nice, very nice.
That's a great one for when you're throwing through the junk. Those big weed flats that come up to, maybe 6 to 12 inches above the water line.
Right.
Or if you're throwing into wood too, because you got the 2 single hooks on there. You're not going to get snagged up on weeds or on a chunk of lumber.
You could put a weed guard on these too, couldn't you?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Nice. This is nice. This is very nice. I've talked to Jeff at the shows.
They make some topwater stuff too.
Yeah, he does. He makes a lot of really nice stuff. What else? What else do you want to pull out of that box of stuff you didn't want to share? Oh, I don't want people to see this, and I don't want people to see that. He had all the different stuff in there that you didn't want people to see.
All right.
But this is nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. This is the one I told you about. If you're in the muskie world, you know Josh Rapska.
Okay, yeah.
Josh makes great bucktails, and I told him I needed something bigger for when I'm up north by a couple of my friends up there, and that's what he came up with. He said, I'm going to give you a combo that I know is going to produce fish, and God bless you, Josh.
Are those?
That's a 12 out of 10.
I thought.
That's a
12 over a 10.
Yeah. That's a big combination.
Well, you want to work out? Throw this all day.
You better have an outdoor grip on your pole.
Yeah, here's another one. Let's do this here. Yeah, let's do that. That's what I was talking about, the bigger bucktails. And that's another one. These baits get bigger and bigger. Where you were talking that the other gentleman, he did the nice. Well, yeah, there's that compared. Look at the size of that, the difference. But that's a spring. That's an early season. This is something later. They're, fish are bigger. They're looking for something a little bit bigger. I know we go bigger baits later in the season.
Yep.
But this here, you're going to get a workout pulling this.
Oh, yes, you are.
But this is the beauty. And this here, great on the stained water. You get a little bit, we get up north, we get some stained, in clear water, because you're going to get a nice flash with that.
Correct. You got two different colored blades on there to reflect
two
the
different
sun
colored
differently.
blades.
I can't thank Josh enough for that one. Hopefully I'll be holding a 50 plus.
Wow.
Because of that bad boy.
And I'll tell you what, they love bucktails.
Oh yeah.
Bucktails.
Anything to stimulate the lateral line.
Oh. Bucktails.
And you're going to do it with blades that big.
Yeah. This is sweet. This is sweet. Okay, well, thank you.
That one I'm going to
Thank you for sharing that. With that, are we going to call this an evening, or you got anybody else you want to talk about? How about your Elk River guys? I know you do a lot with the Elk River boys. Those are some of the best rods you ever lay your hands on.
Yeah, that's the mad scientist Mark up there and the rest of the Elk River people.
Good bunch of guys.
Good bunch of guys, and the best thing is the fishing rods they're making are just of the utmost quality. I mean, Mark was nice enough when I told him I wanted a special order one. I said, hey, here's what I want.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good, Adam. You got it. Don't worry about it. And I asked him if he was going to be coming out with anything new, and that was right before he came out with the Gold Walleye series, which when you lift up one of those poles, it feels like you're lifting up a McDonald's straw.
Yeah.
They're so light. I mean, they got the cushion in the real seat where you can feel somebody when they talk when you put it on your Adam's apple. I mean, we showed you that at a couple of the shows.
Yeah, you showed me that, and I was in awe. I was really in awe.
The ice fishing sticks that they have now too are just fantastic, and they're out of Phillips, Wisconsin. And
you're getting hollered at on here.
Oh, who's that now?
Jeremiah. Then Adam, you don't have one lure retriever.
I don't have one lure retriever because I'm not getting stuck on the rocks like you. If I need to, I'm going to use yours. Don't worry about it. Okay, Jeremiah.
And it doesn't take much to fire you up.
No, Wolf Muskie products. The Wolf Muskie Lure Retriever. Check it out. If you want to save some money, because obviously some of these baits are costing big bucks nowadays. You're seeing stuff go for $80, $90. That's, I mean, some of the big crankbaits are going for $100, $130. Check them out at Ross's Sports Shop online, or Ross's online, I think it is. And the lure retrievers that Jeremiah Wolf makes, I've been in the boat with him. I've seen him save himself $150 in one day.
Okay, what do they cost?
I think they're $30, $35. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Jeremiah, do us a favor. Post your website on there and give us some prices, because
he makes two different sizes now too, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So post your information on there, because one lure save paid for it.
Yeah. You're
one
done.
lure save, you just paid for it. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Dan Creviston, Jeremiah on there. We don't have any other comments. So, you know, I didn't know if anybody was going to get on there and fire you up. It doesn't take much to fire Adam up.
Nope. I'm nice and calm today. I only had 2 cups of coffee before we started, so.
Okay. Dan Creviston had a comment on there. Thank you, Dan. Dan owns the bait shop, Freedom Baits.
Okay.
He's in Laval.
Right.
He's in Laval, Wisconsin up there. He makes his own plastics. He's got some nice stuff, some really nice stuff. So with that, Jeremiah is going to post his information, hopefully.
I hope so.
And anybody else, that's why I'm doing this,
Right.
is I want to know about products. Jeremiah, come and show your products here. Let's talk about it. Or next time, Adam, you, as I told you over and over and over, you're welcome. Please bring some of these guys along with you. Bring Colin, if you can, bring Colin with you. Bring some of these guys along. It's easy to do. We stand here, we talk to everybody. Yeah. We show the products.
Have a good time, drink some coffee.
We drink some Black Rifle coffee, and this is enjoyable. I love doing this. And that's the other one. If we're done, do I get to do my sales pitch?
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
good.
Here's what I get to do is this. You got a product, you got service with the outdoors, and you want us to share it with everybody out there. That's what we're doing this for, is we want to show and we want to share the information. We want to get the information out there so that when people are looking for products or services with the outdoors, they can look at what we're doing and say, "Oh, I'd love to have that," or I need one of those," and that's why I'm doing this. So you got a product service with the outdoors, get a hold of us, get a video together, just
Couple pictures, whatever.
Pictures, whatever, or get with Adam. Yeah. Guys always love calling you, or you find these guys.
Shoot me a message on Facebook, man. And if we can work something out, I'll talk to Dan. We'll all get together and have a good time.
It's nice. This is really easy to do.
Yeah. No need to be camera shy.
No. You're just talking.
A couple guys hanging out talking.
We're drinking some coffee and talking. With that, are we going to say goodnight?
Sounds good to me.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you for coming.
Hey, thanks
and
for
come
having
back.
me again. Absolutely.
And come back.
Oh, yeah.
You're always welcome. Come back and show us some products. With that, thank you, everybody, and good night.
Have a good night.